Why does the narc always accuse you of lying? I'm going to explain this. I really think that narcissists have a different nervous system, fundamentally different. And all human beings require a certain level of serotonin, a certain level of dopamine in their brains to continue to keep going. But the person with narcissistic personality disorder can only get this serotonin and this dopamine boost by proving that they're superior to others. They can't get it through. I mentioned that in other videos. They can't get it through activities that don't in some way involve like preying energetically on other people. So when they get into a relationship with you, or if they're in a relationship with you, even not as a partner but as any kind of a relationship, and they don't get this serotonin boost from you because you're not giving them supply, meaning you're not admitting that you're inferior to them and that they're great, then they get this sense of betrayal. It's like what was promised was not delivered. Because what was promised is that you loved me, and if you love me, then you have to make me happy. In order to make me happy, you have to subject yourself to my will. You have to admit that you're inferior. So there's just the sense of what was promised was not delivered, when what was promised was happiness, basically, in the narc's mind. And due to their condition, due to the difference in their nervous system, they can only get this happiness through feeding off of other people. They have to make you feel bad in order to make themselves feel good. So they get this sense of that everybody's lying to them because they can't ever reach this point of constant narcissistic supply, and so it feels untrue to them because, fundamentally as human beings, we know that the truth feels a certain way, that the truth feels right. But to the narc, feeling right is feeling like they are great and wonderful. That's their only happiness. They don't get happiness like from a sunset or something. They can only get happiness from like proving to themselves that they're great, that they won. So yeah, there's this sense of what was promised was not delivered whenever they don't get this dopamine, serotonin high from narcissistic supply. And so they feel like you lied to them because it's almost like you promised them happiness and you didn't give it to them. So that's why they always feel like you're lying, and they will accuse you of lying. And then also, it could be that you did lie in some way, in some small way. But they always take things that are small and blow them up to be gigantic. And the codependent identity demands that in order to be loved by me, the narc says, you have to admit that you are this version of you that I want you to be. And this version of you, conveniently, is basically a slave to me. Is the perfect sidekick, the perfect helper. Never the main character. You're not allowed to be the main character, and they will plant this idea in your mind that in order to be loved by me, you have to not be the main character. If you're the main character, that's a betrayal to me. And because you do care about this person, you are inclined to believe it to one degree or another. And then when you don't deliver, it's like what was promised was not delivered. So they feel like you lied to them in this big way. When really it was probably more just a series of small lies. Um, but the big lie is that, you know, you're you're a person. Like they think that you're not really a person and you don't really deserve to have dignity or autonomy. So they feel like your existence actually is a lie itself, basically.